everybody, welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I am very happy to be here for our first episode of Wine Library TV. Got 4 wines today. Today's show's theme is classic names in wine. I've got 4 wines that have big pedigree in the wine world, and I'm super excited about trying these wines and giving you my thoughts. We're also going to talk a little bit about cheese in a little bit, which is a lot of fun always for me, and we're going to talk about some upcoming idea I have, and I'm going to need your help on it. So let's get right into that. A couple of things we need to clear house with, first of all, on WLTV. Number 1, the Chicago party, which is well on its way. We've got over 50 confirmed guests. I've been told that the place that we are going to have this event is only able to hold about 75. I think we're even closer to 60, which means we're about to close this event. And I don't want anybody crashing this party. So, if you're interested in joining me in Chicago, we have the date. What is that date? April 30th? No, I think it's June 30th for San Fran. April 16th or something like that. I don't know. We'll put a link over here because we're completely confused. For the Chicago party, if you'd like to join us, there's a link to the forums. Make sure you're in. That's going to be a huge fun. San Fran is putting itself together. That's going to be a lot of fun. The other big thing, the forums themselves, which is a link for the Chicago party. The forums are exploding. There's a lot of fun in there, tons of information. And most interestingly, and the place that I enjoy and really the place that I go to the most now is Introduce Yourself. Great place if you want to introduce yourself and join in all the fun. Another link from the Monster. Let's get that in there. And that's a lot of fun. Finally, before I get into the wines, because I'm really focused, you might be able to tell I've had a very serious day, and I'm very serious about these wines. We've been letting them decant for a while. I'm really excited about the wines today. I've had this idea. You know, I'm going to Bordeaux on Saturday, as many of you know if you watched yesterday's show, and I'll be there the whole week, and I'm really going there to really solidify any more 2005s we can do. It's just amazing what's going on with the 05s on the market, not on the retail level, so a lot of consumers have not seen the prices move yet, but much more on the back end where we're buying from, and we're just starting to get to a place where we're depleting our inventories and have to rebuy, so I need to go out there and really try to make some deals. And then I was thinking, you know, we did an email on Saturday to the main list and offered a product that we are raising by $5 a bottle, last time shot. And then, you know, everybody's always asking for free shipping, and we did the free shipping the other day, and we don't plan on doing it really again this year, or maybe 1 or 2 other times. It's a burden of some sorts to us, though we love doing it for you guys. But then I was trying to think of something. Cool. And I've come up with something, and I want you to help me brainstorm. So today's question of the day is, give me some ideas. Here's my thought. I'm surrounding it around 2 cents. You know, it's like, I want to hear your 2 cents. And more importantly, I want to bring out the lurkers. Because lurkers, I have not called you out in a while, and I've been paying attention to the stats. I know there's a lot of you out there. Please comment on today's episode. Say hello. Admit you're a lurker and join the fun. Comment on the wines. Maybe give me an idea. You're a lurker, so you'll know how to pull them out. Plus, a little bit of that refer a friend concept. So I'm going to put a challenge out on Friday or maybe on Monday with a tape show for you guys to bring in as many comments while I'm gone in France, and if we're able to hit a number to then offer a free shipping on the Monday I come back on all Bordeaux futures as like a last shot, because a lot of people still emailing me. I mean, just yesterday alone, 27 separate emails from people that want my help on putting together a case or a mixed case or a couple cases of 2005 futures. So I'm thinking of something cool. Help me out. You know, something with counting lurkers, counting a refer a friend, see how many people we can bring to the show to comment. Just to, you know, I like math. I like the numbers, and I want to see a lot of numbers while I'm gone. So come up with something and help me. All right, that was a lot of ranting. Let's go. Big names in wine. And let's start with a very big name right off the top. This is the Hugel. The Jubilee Hugel Riesling, 2004 vintage, and this is $44 US, 93 points. Wine Spectator for this 2004 Riesling. Very excited about that. I love Riesling wines. This is one of the big names in all of Alsace. When you look at their label from 1639, I mean, we're talking about 300 plus years, and almost 400 goddamn years coming up. Really an amazing winery with tremendous long pedigree. We've carried a lot of their wines in the past. We rarely get into Jubilee, so I'm excited we have it. Again, 93 point Spectator and $44 US. Let's give this a whirl. Pricey Riesling, no doubt. Very nice mineral kind of nose, coming through a little soapy, almost like sometimes you notice in the streets, but you just see like soap coming. I don't know where it comes from. I feel like it's coming from the laundry rooms in a cul-de-sac. I remember my cul-de-sac that I grew up in Edison, New Jersey. It would just like foam would be coming out. You know, it seemed like soapy water. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's so weird. Does it come from the detergent or whatever? I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what it is, but I get that smell a little bit with this wine. Very, very spritzy on the nose, which is nice. Nice apple core smell on it as well. A little hint of tiny hint of like fresh pear. Let's give it a whirl. Classic petrol flavor that you get in a lot of Rieslings, which is nice. Really nice hints of fig coming through on the mid palate, which I enjoy a lot. Good acidity structure, nice wine, but very boring. I mean, not so much going on. A very simple wine at the end of the day, which is a little bit surprising. The apple and petrol is just, so obvious. I mean, just go to your gas station, pump a little on your hand, take an apple, rub it in, eat it. That is definitely the flavor profile. Red Delicious really coming through. I'm not feeling this wine. The heat's coming through a little bit for me. It's a little off balance. This is actually a very boring wine. Very disappointing. I'm going to go 87 points on this wine. I'm giving this a huge pass. Really, really not my cup of tea. Let's move on. Dying to try this. It's got a huge score. 2005 Beringer Private Reserve Cabernet. 93 points. Robert Parker. 25 US dollars. Beringer has been a Wine Spectator Wine of the Year. The Beringer Private Reserve Chard has. So that's, obviously a big reason that this wine has legendary status. I mean, this is a very sought after wine for a long, long period of time. And I'm excited about trying it. Nice golden color that we expect from Napa Chards. And I mean big time. Holy cow, that inspired me to do that. I mean, oak coming at you like they're giving it away for free and you're just taking it. They're like, thank you, oak. Oh, more free oak? Oh, it's free? People love free. We've done some free stuff. People love it. Ooh. I mean, I can smell it from here. I mean, woof. It's really coming. Can you smell this? I mean, it's in the air. It's serious. And an enormity of oaky butter coming through on the nose, which, is fine if you like getting sprayed in your face with a hose of butter and oak. Nice acidity on the finish, which really kind of saves this wine. Too much oak, no doubt. Butter for days. Little butterscotch, little caramel, little apple peel, which is nice, which makes this a little bit more balanced, a little bit more bearable. Little hazelnut on the nose, which I like. Nice polish, too. This is a very difficult wine to score. There's a lot of people that would like this. If you can bear the oak and butter, there's a lot of other elements that are really great. I kind of like this wine, believe it or not, considering all the flaws of the over-the-topness of the New World, because there's serious structure, and it's a well-made wine. You can really appreciate... It's kind of like art that you don't like in any shape or form, or architecture, or anything like that, or like a football team that you hate. Let's say they're from the upper northeast of the United States. As much as you hate it, and as much as maybe there's things you don't like about it, you have to respect it, and you can definitely appreciate it for what it is. And this wine right here is a classic, over-the-top, New World bomb. And boy, does it taste like the movie theater. But It's well made, and I give it a lot of respect for that. I'm going to score this wine 90 points. It's a good bottle of wine. There's considerable flaws, in my opinion, for the over-oakness. However, I can deal with it. I'm a big boy, and it's a good bottle of wine. There's a lot of people who really like this. There's a lot of people who would agree with Robert Parker and score this wine 93 points. Let's move on. Gaja, 2003 Barbaresco. 93 points, Antonio Galloni, who's the new wine critic for Italian wines for Robert Parker, and is a great wine critic. I used to follow him at the Piedmont Report, so he's a real strong expert in Piedmont, which is where Gaja is from. This is $125 US, 93 points Galloni. What's really interesting about this was 03 was very hot in Italy, and so Gaja had a lot of issues with some of their best vineyards that make the Barbaresco. And again, Nebbiolo grape. The Nebbiolo grape is what's in this wine. And some of the lesser producing vineyards kind of made up this wine. Now, what else is very interesting about this wine, and this is where Gaja shows its true grit, and I really respect Angelo Gaja. They normally make about 70,000 bottles of this wine. About 6,000 cases or so. 12 packs. They only made 30,000 bottles of this wine this year because their selection of the grapes was far more refined, and the price did not considerably go up. So basically, he ate that. And that's because he really has an enormous pride in his very simple label that commands a very great name. Angelo Gaja, not Gaja, should be very much respected for that, and that's very imperative. That's a lot of integrity. And what's a lot of fun is I have a little Pecorino Grand Cru with me, which is a wonderful cheese that we carry. I've not been eating a lot of cheese lately because of my cholesterol levels. This is a sheep's milk. It's treated like a Parmesan Reggiano, but it's from Sicily, 22 months aged. This is a pretty tough cheese to get. We're thrilled to just get it in. And Justin informed me, because every time we do cheese, everybody goes crazy. So Justin's informed me. We'll try to ship it out if somebody wants to, so you just have to email him. So Mott, I guess I'll post Justin's email as one of the early responses. So look at the first couple comments. I'll put Justin's email there because it gets crowded over there. And so that's the job with the cheese. And what's really excited about this cheese is the other time that we've had it in and I had it, it paired so amazing with a Barbaresco that I've not been able to forget it. And since this should be a great Barbaresco, I had to bring it out. And I'm excited about it. So let's give this a whirl. The Gaja 03 straight Barbaresco, not the single vineyards, which run about $250 to $300 a bottle, $125 a bottle. Classic sour cherry nose, refined with a little bit of like a Spanish sherry nose, a little bit on the nose, which is really nice. Little oregano coming through on the nose as well, which is quite intriguing. I like that. Very nice. Very tight, though. Very, very tight on the nose. But no, that's not true. It's tight, but a lot's coming through. That's a beast. Now I'm going to do this. God, I've been missing you cheese so much. So, the Pecorino Grand Cru, because I have to talk about it. So milky. You know, with a Parmesan, you get that sharpness, which I adore. That's why I love Parmesan. But this comes through so much more creamy and so much more polished. Has an ashy flavor to it that I really enjoy. And just a little tiny hint of like a caramel butterscotch, but so refined, and a very buttery flavor profile. Just coats my entire palate. The Gaja was excellent the first time. I'm going to try it again. You know, like that 84-year-old man and his 83-year-old wife walking down the street holding hands. It's just like, you see that and you're like, man, that is like the perfect couple. Like, God bless, you know, still so much in love after 57 years of marriage. That's how this Gaja Barbaresco meets this Pecorino Grand Cru. The synergy is amazing. The cheese itself, I would score somewhere in the 94, 95 point range. It's outrageous stuff. It is definitely something that should be seeked out by anybody who likes cheese. The wine itself, I got to give Galoni a lot of credit. I'm going to go right with him. 93 points. I enjoy the sour cherry. I enjoy the excellent mouthfeel. It's a little bit lighter than some of the younger guys that I've tasted in the past. It's showing more than some of the younger guys in the past. I mean, I think the several hours of decanting has helped. It's a polished bottle of wine. Very structured. I get a dark chocolate flavor on the finish. I really like the extracted cherry jam flavor that comes through in the mid palate, but is still sour and not New World in any way. Very true to the area. A little Asian spice, black pepper, even some white pepper jumping around, and then you marry the two together. So I'm going to go 93, and I'm going to go 94, 95 on a cheese, but together you're looking at a 96 point combo. Wine's a little expensive, so it's not like for everybody, and it's maybe more of a special occasion kind of thing, because 100 and a quarter is a whole lot of wine. And you might say for 93 points, is it really a QPR? Maybe it's not. But that being said, this is an extraordinary bottle of wine. If you're fortunate enough to go on a business account and see a Gaja on a list on a restaurant, definitely seek it out. It's an experience. It's a different kind of polish to their Barbarescos. Is it QPR? It's not. And I'm going to have to say that. But it's exceptional stuff. And cheese at $11.99 a pound, I can't cheat, is an enormous QPR. Let's move on. Dying to try this. Château Beaucastel, 2004, Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And we talk about Châteauneuf-du-Pape a lot in the past. You know, it could be a blend of 13 grapes. This is predominantly Mourvedre, Grenache, Canus, Syrah, and Cinsault. This is 96 points. Wine Spectator. Huge score. And is $70 US. Just a heavier, bigger wine than the Gaja, and that's why we're doing it last. You may wonder why the expensive wine's not last, but that's what we're doing. We didn't want it to too much overpower it in case it was bringing the thunder like we expect it to do. I'd be remiss to not mention that this cheese is still blowing my face off. I love it and want to eat that entire thing. I just want to take this whole thing and just eat the crap out of it, but I can't. But you can, hopefully. And let's give this a whirl. God, that cheese is rocking. Great color. I mean, dark, very dark, classic, color of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. There's just something about the Rhône. I can't tell you what it is, but it's like, this smells a little bit like a sewer in New York City, like in downtown in like Tribeca, and I adore it for that. Not stinky sewer, like a clean sewer. Does that make any sense? Like after a rainstorm, don't think of any of the like garbage. Just think of like, I don't know, I kind of like, it's almost like the rusted steel with water on it, like a rainstorm sewer. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it makes sense to me. Big time. It really smells like that. Little hints of raspberry pie coming through, almost like the raspberry custards you get at Paillard on the Upper East Side. It kind of has a little bit of hint of that, which I really like. Nice. Let's give it a whirl. Real nice nose. Nice bottle of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Real spiciness coming through that I really enjoy. Great layers and layers, wow, of dark chocolate mixed in with a really raspberry flavored, its nose transcends the taste on this one. We're going with chocolate covered raspberries, really, mixed in with a little bit of sewer dust and and a dirty sock here or two. I find it a little bit one-dimensional and really can't see where Wine Spectator decided to lose its mind and go 96 points in this wine. This is a solid bottle of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. It definitely brings the thunder. It's got great structure. It's a nice wine, but it's definitely not something to get completely crazy about. I'm going to score this wine 92 points. I like it. Again, at $70, I'm going to have to be hard-pressed to say it's a steal. I'm sorry. And I'm going to talk with my mouth full. It's a good bottle of wine. Again, the Gaja and the Beaucastel are very young. We tried to force it with the decanting today. These are wines that are meant to be put away 5 to 7 years for sure. The Hugel was a disaster. for lack of a better word. The Beringer was definitely a wine that I could see two different people, one loving, one hating. At least hopefully I can help you understand what you're going into. And this was a lot of fun. And I still can't get over the cheese. As you can tell, I'm pretty much distracted because I'm all about the cheese. Question day I asked. I need your help. That's about it. Busy day for me. Sorry, it was all over the place. And then the cheese completely distracted me. Because you, a little bit of me. I like that. We're changing the wine world.